Howdy there, partnoids. Welcome to another CNB Minecraft tutorial. I've got something old but new for you guys today. It's my old Waterfall splitter Batcave entrance thing, but revamped now to be a bit more self-contained, nowhere near as messy as it was, or just a general pain in the arse to use. So this one now is kind of contained in a usable kind of space, so it's 5x3 at the back here, and then obviously you've got this coming out, but you know that's standard, and then this red circuit is optional for your walkway in here. So yeah, it's just generally better. It's T flip-flop activated now, so there's none of this kind of lever stuff going on, which is pretty useless. It just makes the circuit a lot bigger in the end with XOR gates and such. And yeah, I've just made it generally a bit more kind of slick. It is expandable. You can make it go high. You just have to add some more stuff in here, which I'll include in the world save. I'm not going to cover it in the tutorial just because we'll probably be here for hours. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, first things first then. I've got this outer part built already, which is again 5 wide, and then you've got this trench, which is 3 wide in the middle, which catches the water over here. And the door is obviously in the center here like that. So if you've got this as reference before you start, it's a little bit less confusing. Okay, so first thing you want to do is come here around the back and then put a block there and then build down 3 like that. Cut those away, and then you've got this kind of square like that. So this is the input circuit for the whole thing. You want to block at a diagonal there, and then a torch on the side of that block. Repeater there, so it should be off, not powered by this torch, on 3 ticks, and then you just connect that all up like that, and then a torch there. So all this has done is make a monostable or a pulse limiter, which just makes this torch turn on and off in 1 tick, given a 1 tick pulse. So directly above that, you're going to want a sticky piston with a block in front of it. So as you can see, it now toggles that block on and off like that. Then block there with a torch below it, which is going to power this once it's spat out, and then a repeater there on 3 ticks of delay. Block there, redstone dust, block on the side of that dust here with a torch, block, and then redstone dust at the top there. Then you come around here, block, so this repeater is going into this, redstone dust on top of that, block getting powered by this redstone dust, torch, block, come out at diagonal, 2 there, and then redstone dust like that. So that's actually the wiring. All you've got to do is put in the pistons themselves. So if you come to this torch here, and then you're going to have that kind of setup there. I'm sure you guys will recognize this, just a standard Jeb door really. That there, and then normal blocks in there like that. Then all you've got to do is cover the rest of it up. So bring that out like that, up there as well, and then 2 here just to cover up, to give you some kind of hallway like that, and then give it a little test, and we should have a door. Now this green block here is the input for the whole circuit, so any of the buttons that you attach on the outside or whatever input you want to use will be coming to this block here. So now we'll look at the actual splitter and then the reset mechanism at the top. Right then, so this is the double piston extender. You want to come back here and find this gap, put a block in and a block in there like that. Repeater in the middle on 2 ticks of delay, and then redstone dust on top of both of those blocks. Then a block here feeding from this redstone, torch, block above that, and then a torch there. Then a block above that torch, so you've got this kind of diagonal thing going on. Block on the side of this torch, 2 out, and then a diagonal down, so you've got this pattern here. And that just needs redstone dust on top of that. Then you can break that block out, 2 sticky pistons there in the center facing out, and then your block in there. So this is just a double piston extender Pretty simple, just slightly convoluted here, but we've got to fit some other stuff in. So that's why that's like that. So that's how it works. And then now this yellow circuit is just for the reset up here. So got this block already, so you can leave that in. Then block above that dust and that dust. Repeater, 2 ticks of delay. Then above that repeater, you want a block, and then the same kind of pattern up here, like that, with the repeater going to the back on no delay, with dust there, like that. Then you need to power this dust from the side here as well, so you've got a block with a repeater going into this block above, which is going to go into here, and that's on 4 ticks. Block behind that, and then a repeater going into that block that's behind here, again on full delay. Then to power this repeater, you want a block above this redstone, and then a torch on the side. So if we watch, that will actually power the double piston extender. Then to put in the reset, we want dust there, block above that dust and on the side. So you've got that. Then a repeater going in on full delay. Again, behind that repeater, you've got a block, and then going into that block, you've got another repeater on full delay, and then again, another repeater like that. So you've got 3 repeaters in succession going into this. Then to get power into this repeater, you want a block behind it, and then going into that block, you're going to have this with a torch. So that torch will go into this block, then round like that, and it will actually turn this off. So if we were to turn this torch off, again, at a long delay, we'd get this coming out, and then the same for resetting. Cool. Then, to put the reset in, you want a torch on this block, so that's going up there. Block out to the side, 2 out there, and 1 there. And then redstone dust along the top. So this is now also being powered by this. Then, a torch on the side there, and a piston like that. So this is what cuts off the flow of water. So we could quickly build up the wall, a bit like that, and then that on the sides. So if we now add the water, which needs to be 1 higher than where the block gets pushed out. So I've got this set up like that, and then water in there. So if we power this block here, got to put some redstone dust there, you'll get the splitter coming out here, and then it cuts it off, and then at a delay the double piston extender goes in just to keep it nice and clean on the outside. But as you notice, the door didn't come out there. So we've got to get the power from this torch all the way up here to make the whole mechanism work. So let's turn that off for a sec. The way we do that is normal piston now. Come down here, find this corner blue block, and then 2 out from that, you've got a normal piston facing up. So we're going to travel all the way up here with this piston. And again, good old sand. All the way up here until you get to just below this redstone. And then 2 blocks in there, repeater, and then that repeater just needs to be permanently on. So when this gets pushed up, it's going to push the sand into the path of this repeater and then power that, which is the input for the whole system, basically, other than the door. So let's take her for a spin. There she is. So she's open. And now that closes, cuts off at the top, and then that goes in like that. So that's the main circuit. If you guys don't need the walkway, maybe you've got a boat coming in or something, so you don't need the walkway, that's the whole thing done. But now I'll just show you how to add this extra red circuit so that you can walk in without kind of falling into the water and stuff like that. Cool. Right, so to add this at the bottom, it's really quite simple. So you find this corner block here, and then you have 2 blocks in there, and link that up at the front. 3 repeaters going to the left, and you leave these don't need any delay. This repeater is going to power this block, and you've got this block here with redstone dust on top, and then a block there with a repeater going again back on itself, so it's a kind of loop. Then in here you want a repeater going into this block to carry the signal round. Block behind that repeater, 2 blocks in there, again 2 repeaters, and then a block behind those with redstone dust on that, so that's going to pick up from this 1 tick pulse coming through this torch here. And then all you've got to do is put the sticky piston in there. Now you want to cut the water off first, just in case of any spillage. Sticky piston in there facing up, and then block on top of that, and then you come in here and cut that out. Now you can let that go again. So now when you hit this button, that comes up at a delay because it's got to go through all these, but they need to be 1 tick so that it gets spat out by this, and then you press it again and it just pulls it straight back in with the reset. So that's a kind of optional thing for the guys that are kind of using this setup rather than like a boat, similar to the Batcave. So that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and you might find it useful to build in your world or whatever. And yeah, cheers for watching.